Vague plans and secretive teases. Oh, that's so secretive. What's going on, bro? Hey, looking forward to Wednesday. It will put an end to the YouTube abusers. What's going on Wednesday, Mouse? What's going on Wednesday? Wednesday, it's 14th, 15th, 16th. It's April 16th. Is that the contempt charges day? What's going on that particular day? Let me see here. You will put it into the YouTube abusers. What's going on? You got me. You've got me curious now, Rex. Let me see. So she's up there yesterday. Susan emphasizes her sobriety early on, presenting herself as clear-minded and reformed. However, her defensive and profanity-laced outburst at timestamp 4634, when accused of running off friends, contradicts the composed, sober image she projects. The intensity of her reaction, using strong language and dismissing the commenter harshly, feels disproportionate and bizarre for someone claiming to be in a calm, sober state. Rex, did you see that Blue Horizon take off this morning with the all-woman crew? By the way, do you like the thumbnail? Do you like my thumbnail, Rex? That was a thumbnail of your trailer with all the cats on it. I saw it in the back. PI for hire, what's up? I saw the RSO rodent was going to put an end to corruption, but changed his focus for some reason to now YouTube abusers. Oh yeah, I wonder what he could be talking about. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't think he does either. YouTube abusers. Who's been abusing you of late, Rex? Shouldn't that be something they need to take up with YouTube as opposed to the court of law? Let me see. Quote, timestamp 750. If people want expect me to come in here pissed drunk right now, you're very much mistaken. It's not going to happen. Ah, you have to talk like a pirate. Timestamp 4634. Your friends are gone. You ran them off. That's no, I didn't run my friends off. That's bullshit. I did not run my friends off. What the fuck are you talking about? I did not run any of my friends off. That's the most rude. I can't see that. I put up on screen for you, love. Almost got to go check that out. So it goes on to say, Susan firmly distances herself from the buddy drama. Oh, yeah. Susan firmly distances herself from the buddy drama, emphasizing it has nothing to do with me multiple times. However, later at 1849, she admits to having done messed up lives in the past, expressing shame for her prior behavior. This is contradictory because her earlier instance on staying out of drama clashes with her acknowledgement of having contributed to chaotic content herself. That's okay. The bizarre aspect is her attempt to present a reformed persona while simultaneously referencing past actions that align with the drama she claims to avoid. That's quite a bit here on YouTube. It happens all the time. So hopefully she's doing better. She hasn't been on all last week. So yesterday she was on. She's all drunk and confused. She couldn't tell the difference between Saturday and Sunday. She was embarrassed, I guess. Well, welcome back, Susan. Maybe he just threatened to sue you a couple days ago. Did he PI for hire for what exactly? What did Rex threaten you over? I haven't been watching Rex. He's been boring me with all of this pretend coding, all this pretend programming. It's not even fun. It's monotonous. It's even worse than his story time. You can grab a link if you want, Rex. He threatened you to sue you a couple days ago. Good morning, Deb. What else? What else? What else is up there? Let me go check out Susan for a moment. Timestamp. 40.
Where's the one at? Where's the hose at? Is that the hose? Is that what you're saying? Excuse me for coughing. People are watching in the bushes. Just got a message. Please come in. It's not going to happen. You don't need to watch in the bushes at all. My moderators will take care of you. You know, your friends are gone. You ran them off. That's no, I didn't run my friends off. See, that's bullshit. I did not run my friends off. What the fuck are you talking about? I did not run any of my friends off. That's the most. I can't see that. Tara, I'll put it up on screen if you love. They might have you blocked actually. I don't know.
Poor bastards. Hey, Kit, good to see you. Welcome in, Kit. So it's all in my head. Your friends are gone. You've ran them off. That's why they're not here. All the people in the bushes are banned. I don't know about that. Maybe they are actually. Actually, they've been pretty good. You should unban or clear your block list. Excuse me, Susan. Rex has been saying he will sue you for years. You're still waiting for that one? Actually, you sent me some things about Rex the other day. Cheeky monkey. That was really funny. I gotta pull that up. Hold on. Oh yeah, Rex's fees. Rex's fees. Let me go to his Rumble page. Check this out. Wicked development. Look at that. But he's got his fees listed down here. Dear business owner, manager, we are thrilled to announce the pre-release launch of an exciting pilot program created especially for the Fort Collins, Greeley, and Loveland areas, brought to you by a unique collaboration between WDRN, Stagecraft Productions, WBOU 106.9 FM Chicago, StreamLife.tube, and HomeNetwork.tv. That's all every one of his pretend fictional networks that don't fucking exist. They just exist on this in the sentence. What do you mean they're not real? There's a website. This new initiative is designed to deliver wholesome programming while offering affordable, impactful advertising opportunities that can benefit everyone, from small business owners to budding young entrepreneurs. Affordable advertising for everyone. Our advertising packages are designed to fit any budget, making it easier than ever to get your business in front of local customers. Video commercials featured on HomeNetwork.tv and StreamLife.tube. $50 package, 80 10-second time slots per week on our secondary broadcasts. That doesn't even exist. That's a ripoff. You want the $50 advertising package? $50. That doesn't even seem real. $150 package is 20 30-second time slots per week on our primary broadcast. 110-second time slots in our secondary broadcasts. Rex, you would never, ever, 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 ever remember to even do any of these. But right, there's no business. They're just I guess for the sake of it, let's just consider them just as channels here on YouTube, an extension of that. Well, why, Rex? Why wouldn't you take WTT's money then? The $250 package is 40 30-second time slots per week. Or you could just broadcast over here because he mentions my name at least 250 times a week. And it's not gotten me any new viewers. Who are you going to advertise, Rex? Why don't you just start advertising? Pick a fictional company and show people what you're all about in that circumstance. Oh, hello, Yankees for life. G'day, BS. Good to see you. Oh, shit. We're just chit-chatting this morning. A little bit of everything that's happened over the past week. It's been pretty slow. Fucking Ernie's over there wowing people again. General awareness. Love it. Whether you're a well-established business or a young entrepreneur just starting out, our packages offer cost-effective way to get your message out there. Imagine a local kid with a new lawn care service. Why did you bring up children, Rex? You're a registered sex offender. Right here. Why did you imagine a local child? Easily affording our $50 package to kickstart his business and reach his community. It's that simple and made for everyone, regardless of your age. So here it is, a registered sex offender on Rumble advertising kids out there trying to cut their lawns in his local area. You can advertise over there for as little as $50. He's more than willing to take your $50. First of all, why are you charging kids anything to help them out, you fucking fool? You fucking pervert. Think about how you didn't put a whole lot of thought into that, did you, you asshole? What a piece of shit. You're gonna fucking take some kid's $50, it's probably all of his profit, to advertise. No, you can help the kid out a little bit. Why don't you just help him out and mention his business now and then? But you wouldn't do that anyway, Rex, because it's more of a business relationship you're trying to groom him into. Asshole. And that's, yeah, it's per week. What a stupid, stupid, stupid son of a bitch. Ooh, a young entrepreneur. Imagine a local kid with a new lawn care service, says the registered sex offender. Easily affording our $50 package per week to kickstart his or her. We didn't put that in there. His business. So you like little boys, do you? It's that simple, and it's made for everyone. I knew we could have told you that, Rex, but here you just admitted it in this point. Not only does your business gain visibility through our broadcasts, no, it'll never gain visibility because nobody watches Rex. but our platform also acts as a quick searchable directory. For what? For what? Think of it as your local yellow pages. Well, yeah, well, can you show us? Let's see these things that are similar to our local yellow pages, Rex. What a bunch of bullshit. Customers can easily find your business information as long as they give it to you, making it convenient for them to connect with you. Oh, there's tax benefits. Like just what the sovereign citizen is looking for. An added bonus, all advertising expenses are tax deductible. Oh shit. Meaning you can get more back at the end of the year than you put in. What? No, it's off of what you already owe. It's a smart investment for your business with tangible financial returns. What the fuck is going on in the back, ABC? I don't like randos just coming up in here. Who's trying to get into my back? I don't know AVC. Horn bomber. Horn bomber. What are you saying, Cheeky Monkey? You claimed your chat GPT is rubbish, yet the video you made was using his fiction tool app on chat GPT. That Factron? Is that what you're talking? Yeah, the Factron. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that Factron. No. Did. Oh, that was you, PI for hire? Sorry about that. I'm going, who the fuck is AVG? Who the fuck is AVG? Come on back up here. Sorry. I thought it was somebody trying to porn bomb me. I'm such a poor host. Uh, PI, stop on back up again. I'm going, AC. Nobody in my chat's talking to me named AC. My fault. What's going on, PI for hire? Sorry about that.
Hey man, I was trying to drop you a couple links in your private chat.
Yeah, sorry about that. Go ahead.
Mr. Rodent has a channel that looks like it's trying to groom children. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to drop that to you right now in the private chat to oppose.
We can see the terminology hidden here in his Rumble advertisement. Like, here's a registered sex offender online trying to engage with people through over a false network. It's a fictional network. None of it's real, but he's wanting to use an example of a young boy in his lawnmower service. And in a way, what he's really doing is exploiting some young kid to get him to pay $50 to further, benefit Rex more so than his actual business. Because let's get to the point here. Nobody's watching his fucking TV show. It's not real. It's just a lie. So what's his true intention in trying to contact little boys in this circumstance?
And young entrepreneurs, but I think what the main reason is for his promotions team to go around and say that if someone like myself was trying to help him with his radio stations when I've been retired. And that's what I told that RSO piece of shit from the get-go. I'm retired. I'm just here kind of watching.
Yep. Oh, did your mic cut out, man?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. So where is this? Where is the link in the back chat? Let me see. There it is.
Yeah, I didn't really want to link his channel. I just put some screenshots up so people don't go and give him attention. That's what it seems like. Like what people that say his name, that he's not going to sue, associating him with the P word. He's not going to go after them like Tonic. Okay, Tonic called him the P word the other day. I even played the clip. He's probably not going to go after him. Yeah, that's the Fizzy Cat account. Nice pink kitties on there. to use to lure in those young entrepreneurs.
We put PDF on blast here a few days ago. The RSO rodent props up in chat to distract and meat shield for him. We put Mars Life on blast here this morning. Mars Life. What's he going on? What's Mars Life doing these days?
This morning he's filing federal suits, just like the rodent, against people that are putting him on blast. That's what he was doing this morning. He was calling the sheriff's department on somebody, I think DirectD yesterday, saying that he's got a lot of weapons and guns on his property after he goes and he's a guest on DirectD's property.
He's been doing shit like that for a while, but he doesn't get anywhere with it.
Well, it seems like he has to try. Somebody is keeping him going with cigarettes to try to get people arrested. Same thing as the rodent.
I tried to warn the rodent many years ago. Stay the F away from me. Guess he's got to learn that the hard way. Rex, have you seen this? So this Fizzy Cat, that's his. This is a YouTube account, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And there's another one. Let me see.
The other link is for the clip that you got of him wielding those weapons, and in the description box is a number to CBI to call to see if he's allowed to have weapons.
I think people did that particular day, and the sheriffs came out and verified them that they were airsoft.
Okay, well, the thing is, if they are airsoft and he cut the tip, the orange tip, off of the weapon, it's still likeness of a weapon.
Really?
Well, yeah. I mean, you're not really supposed to cut the orange tips off of airsoft weapons.
Well, that's how you differentiate them from afar. I didn't know that. So that could be something that's pursued. Let me see here.
Well, that's why I put the number to CBI InstaCheck in the description box of that next link.
Whoops, I screwed that up. Hold on. Wow. This is the number to CBI InstaCheck is in the description box. Stay off my channel, Rex. In the description box of this video.
Hopefully it's two different links there. Yeah, it does look like it's two different links that I put in your private chat.
Oh, so where's the link to the hold on here, the CBI InstaCheck?
It should be the other link that I put in your description box. If you clicked on the first one, or in your private chat, sorry.
Oh, so it's in the other?
No, it's in the private chat, the same where you've got where you picked up the Fizzy Cat link.
That's the link that I'm looking at on the screen, though, and there's no number.
Well, you'd have to. Well, it's not the right one on the screen. You got to go to the video.
I'm stupid. I'm such an idiot. I see it.
Yeah, you got to go to the video in that post, and then in the video description box is the number.
That screwed me up because when I hit that,
it brought up the same one. Shouldn't have.
No, I see it. I'm such an idiot. What a fucking retard.
You Canadians and that good weed you get a hold of, dude.
I just didn't read it. There it is. Oh, I'm sick. Here, let me share it with my audience here. Friends watching in the future, here's the link to the CBI. Let me see. How the fuck did I screw that up?
Maybe you need to switch to sativas and get off those indicas, dude.
No. No, it's fine. I'm not even that bad. I've got like 20 things open at once. So I can never find it. It's something with my memory. I think it's probably every time I turn the live button, it's like my memory shorts out. But I'm fine when I'm sitting here. It's like being preoccupied. Hold on. So what is CBI InstaCheck exactly?
It's a weapons check. Can just call in and see if someone's allowed to have weapons.
Oh, okay.
That's my comprehension of it. That's out of all the research I did, that was where it ended up. That's who you need to call to do a check.
So the person would call and say, is Rex Allen Fredrickson from Fort Collins allowed to have weapons such as these?
And then send them that link to that video, or a link to that stream that you did. I should have put did I put a link to a source in there? Did I put your channel link in there, or that? See,
Yep.
I'm okay, good. Yeah, give you credit.
Are in a softer BB, would those types of weapons need to have a red tip? Well, the answer is yeah. That's true, but now I can try to remember what the sheriff's department said in that day that it happened. Like he got called on quite a few times, but who knows how it really went down.
Right, but the sheriff's departments and police departments in Colorado have been protecting Preds, i.e. the 303 and Bird case.
Say that again, sorry?
The sheriff's departments and police departments have been protecting Preds in Colorado.
Really?
Well, yeah, I mean, even CPP Tommy, a lot of his cases seems like it gets dropped. Colorado Ped Patrol, a lot of his cases get dropped. They don't present the discovery, the arraignment, it gets dropped.
And what's going on in his case? Maybe there's not enough evidence. Like, what's the situation?
Well, no, they're protecting Preds. I mean, CPP Tommy was chasing a Pred like last year. Go ahead.
That
What'd
could
you
very
say?
well be. Like, you see that in different jurisdictions with if you're politicizing it with a lot of selected establishment selected judges or judicial staff. Is that where you're going with all of this?
Yeah, kind of, yes.
There is a problem.
Yes. In a way, yes. About a year ago, CPP Tommy was chasing a Pred, and on his live stream, the Pred turns around and goes to stab him. When they finally caught up with the Pred at the mission in Fort Collins, and CPP Tommy showed the footage to the officer that he tried to stab him, they still let the Pred go. About 2 weeks now, with no charges, about 2 weeks now, CPP Tommy caught a U.S. diplomat, an American diplomat for Asia, meeting up with a 13-year-old, and there's nothing that hit the news on that. There's even footage of that arrest and him being put in a cruiser, and there's nothing that's hit the news. There's nothing on the surface for that
because
diplomat.
He's a diplomat. He's got diplomatic status.
Well, I mean, he's still American. He's still an American, not an Asian in our country. Go ahead.
They've really got a card to, in a situation like that, they've got a carte blanche to do anything that they want. That's sick. It's obviously, but that's true. And it's not the first time it's happened. Remember back in the 90s with Uday Hussein, Saddam, his son, and his tirade that he used to take off to France and Switzerland just to rape women. And there's not a fucking thing people could do about it in the justice system because they're beyond the law. They've got diplomatic status. And yeah, that's a problem. But especially if usually it's not a problem because most of them are decent people, but there's a certain percentage of them that obviously aren't.
This particular diplomat, his name's Stanley Harsha, and he is diplomat for the Department of Education to Asia. So that's pretty worrisome. There is videos out there you can see of the guy. He's got a YouTube channel. Again,
so he's part of a federal. He's like a federal agency in that sense, or a federal. I guess would be
I haven't really been able to do much research into it. I mean, I just did the surface and found his social media. You can look up his name, Stanley Harsha, and find his YouTube channel. And it got blown up as soon as he got caught. It was being blown up by people in the comments section. But yeah, I would think that meeting up with I would think meeting up with a 13-year-old and handing the police over the logs and an SD card right then and there, and him being cuffed and stuffed and searched and read his rights and put into a cruiser, you would see some type of charges there. But I mean, obviously there's not. But yeah, that's one case I'm going to be following.
Probably get a promotion.
Probably. And another thing, real quick, AB, I've been just asking you over and over to see if you would try to present the Flathead or the Rodent versus Flathead case. I haven't been able to look at it.
Yeah, that's no problem. Where is that?
Cheeky Monkey said he had it, and I know that Dunning-Kruger has it somewhere. I just haven't been able to find it. And I was hoping you had that case. But what I wanted to tell you is when I got enough on that rodent, and that was when his son, gave his testimony, I started trolling him in Flathead, and he was like, "You can't do that to my main supporter," referring to Flathead. And yet he's telling people that I was his main supporter when I'm a disabled veteran. I don't have much money to support somebody or donate. And yeah, he totally meat shielded for his main supporter. Then he was going around telling people I was his main supporter and helping him start a radio station so people like PDF would repeat that stuff. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's good advertisement for free.
Yeah.
So what? You weren't sending him too much money. I send him the odd. When I'm talking about Rex, I'll send him like 10, 15 bucks. I don't mind.
Well, I mean, we definitely wanted to keep him going through his whole process of the trolls just, spanking him. They wanted to keep him there while they were spanking him to go through what I just call the whole process. But yeah, as soon as his son testified, that's when I was like, "Okay, I got enough on this motherfucker."
So is this an actual case? This Flathead versus Mouse situation is it an actual court case or just something called that? It was an actual court case.
Yes, and I don't know if it got dropped.
I don't think I'd even heard of that.
Yeah, because well, I mean, I just don't know what was going on in there. I just knew that the rodent was trying to sue Flathead. I don't know if it got dropped or if he actually won that. I don't know. I was out of there.
Probably went anywhere.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Flathead definitely fell off. Some people try to say, like, remember Froggy?
Yeah.
Not Frogger or Froggy. He was trying to tell me that Flathead and the rodent were still together, working together, and he would know something like that. But yeah, Flathead definitely had to drop off, which I'm assuming is because of that case.
The case against Flathead was settled out of court according to Rex, says Cheeky.
Yeah, right, yeah, and I don't believe a damn word that RSO rodent says.
Yeah. Huge settlement. You agreed to drop it, probably. Fucking Rex. Oh, boy. I am concerned over his treatment of Tommy, though. Like, this whole life that he's got orchestrated to him. He's got Tommy groomed in a situation that is worrisome. I can't imagine Tommy wants to, it's so bizarre. Rex makes Tommy think that he's important to this relationship in that sense. And all it's really benefiting is Rex in the Bills.
Well, he kind of feeds him. He kind of feeds him a little bit and tells him he's the boss because he's actually the main supporter in a sense.
Yeah, the financial support.
Yep. Yeah, and he dangles the carrot. We're gonna hit it one day. We're gonna find all these young entrepreneurs, and we're gonna make them rich, and they're gonna make us rich.
But Tommy really buys into all of the actual bullshit, and I mean, is there harm in that? I think so, because Tommy actually believes in all that, but he's got his own thing going on. I thought he comes back and they have a slush fund together, like a schedule, a co-schedule, like they play husband and wife. Yeah,
I'd agree with that. Oh, you got to repeat that. I didn't hear you.
Quillfish in my chat said Tommy's being used. Yeah, I think to a degree it's always been like that, Quillfish, probably since they got together in North Dakota.
Well, I definitely enjoyed your coverage when he got that salad tossed at him in the street.
That was beautiful.
God, dude.
We might not have ever even seen that if I hadn't have been on with my OBS StreamYards that day. Because he took it down immediately after and it's not been back up. That's PI for hire up here, Vital. Tommy does all the cooking, Cheeky Monkey. Tommy does do all the cooking and he feeds the animals by the looks of it. He does a good job. Like he's attentive. Good chair. We're having a sick day here on a Monday. Get it out of her system. Oh shit. Yeah, I don't know, Cheeky Monkey, if I believe any of that. I don't even recall that, but my memory is foggy. I'll check it out. I'm gonna go check into it. If I asked Rex, what would Rex's answer be to that?
You mean to his flathead case?
Yeah, like I'm looking for a video where I can learn more about it.
Yeah, I'm surprised that if it got dropped and it's in the rodent's favor or settled out of court, you would think, well, no, there could have been an NDA signed that Flathead doesn't say anything. But you would think he would use that case as his starting precedent to try and sue somebody like Bird in 303. But I don't think he did. I don't think he did try to use it as precedent. But yeah, I don't know what he would say. I don't know if he'd be willingly giving up those court dockets on him and Flathead. I'm just interested to see, what really happened there, what he was trying to get him for.
What's Flathead's real name? Do you know?
I just know it's Dustin is his first name.
Dustin something? Okay. Because I noticed that Grok pulled up all kinds of different cases, and I didn't search through them one by one on Rex Fredrickson or with him mentioned in it. Oh, God, Quillfish. You've been sick this week? Man, oh, man, get better. I don't know. How do you know what it is? Influenza B. I don't know what it is. Mine's just a sinus thing. It's like my daughter started sneezing in the middle of the night on Friday. And I noticed, I'm like, oh, someone sounds like they're getting sick. And then the next thing I know, I'm kind of feeling that, how you're feeling like you're coming down with it. Yeah. I hope it just goes right back away.
I'll tell you, for a case like that, I've been using colloidal silver.
Yeah.
Or gold in a nebulizer. You got to get it up your nasular to get that shit out of your membrane, dude.
You know what helped me yesterday is that I just killed it with guacamole, a whole bunch of like fresh garlic and Spanish onion and tomato and avocado and some chips. I felt a lot better after that. It's not like I feel bad. It's just all of my sinuses are all fucked up. What seems to
it looks like you got a docket link in your chat. August 24th, 2021.
Ooh, thank you very much, Cheeky Monkey. Let me see.
Yeah, against Dustin. Yeah, there's some PDFs there to click on.
Your COVID test also tests for the flu A and B? Well, exactly, because they are the flu. Oh, isn't that interesting? The COVID actually tests for the flu. It makes a lot of sense. Because it is the flu. Now, we won't even bring that up here on the internet. Let's see. So this is judgment by clerk. This is, what is this? Lewis
Those
Babcock.
are it looks like a bunch of different PDFs with just a little bit of a explanation, but it looks like you can
These look like the minutes from Yeah, I see what's going on here. So, is this it? The Kenneth?
Yeah, down at the bottom, Dustin Kenneth.
Oh yeah, Dustin Kenneth. Dustin Kenneth. That dude has 2 first names. Oh shit.
Always a fishy. Always fishy. Yep.
They want money. Let me see. Let me click on that.
Thanks, Cheeky Monkey, by the way. Thank you, Cheeky Monkey.
So hold on, let me take a screenshot of this. So there's an order of dismissal, an order to vacate. We know what that means, doesn't it, Rex? Vacate. That's what they did to Tommy's case. They erased it like it never even existed. It was so stupid and ludicrous. It's ridiculous. It sounds like something you'd be involved in. Order to vacate the June 14th, 2021 order to cure deficiencies and to enter a revised order directing the plaintiff to cure deficiencies. Wonder what they could be. This action is dismissed without prejudice pursuant to federal R. Civ. The failure to comply. So it looks like Rex didn't comply to something and they just dropped it.
And you see, I've seen that tactic before, just to be able to file the case to try to get somebody's discovery, their emails, text messages, then either screw up the case or drop
like
the case.
Right? Like that's you run them through. You run them through the gauntlet. Oh, look who's going to, to court. Look who's being charged, or look who's being this and that.
Right.
This is a bit of lawfare. That's what Rex. He's got his own version of that. I've noticed.
Yep.
Just going through the process so he can sit back there in front of the mic and signal to everybody just how wonderful he thinks he is. The order of dismissal. This action is dismissed without prejudice. Yeah.
Well, what I find interesting is that his main objective was to go after, police corruption and so forth. But then it got turned on to YouTubers like myself being threatened to be sued.
That's true. That's very true. So he used to claim that he was all about police corruption and the sovereign citizen movement, even the First Amendment to a degree, cop watching communities on YouTube. Anybody that watched one another's content online, he appeared to, and he's got all of these things that he can teach everybody. He claims, and it's everybody else's mistake and fault, because what happens is as soon as people realize that not only is Rex a sex offender, but he's lied about it to everybody, they bail on him. And that's happened time and time and time again. That happens. It's not so much anymore because it's usually happened before when nobody really went through the effort to pull his paperwork.
What's interesting is that I think during our second conversation ever, I'm grilling him, going, people are saying you're a pedo. And he's screaming, I'm not a pedo, I'm not a pedo. I go, interesting. So since you're not a pedo, what would you suggest to catch pedos on the street? What would you suggest to do? You know what his answer was, AB?
What?
Nothing. He couldn't answer that.
He had no. You would think that. I don't know.
Well, you see, and the thing is, with on the streets, when these pred catchers are catching the preds and they're saying, "Oh, I came here to help the little girl. She was going to get herself in trouble on the net. I want to be on your team. Or I want to help you, right? Oh, what would you do to help? What would you do to help take preds off the streets?" They would have no answer.
I can't figure Rex out for the life of me.
Well, let me give you a hint there, AB, because his long con grift is based off the movie The Sting. You got to watch that movie and how he's even admitted he's a con man. He's talked about being a carny in the past, but his long con grift is to get people's. And tell that to people for years. Yeah, you got to watch the movie The Sting.
To do. They're not going to let him off the. Well, I mean, I still can't figure out how some states have them on. Like they'll put you're on for the registry for 10 years, and then what? Then some you're always on. You're on for life. I mean, what are the? I guess I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah, and it's a state by state thing, and Colorado's definitely failing at it. We believe that they're actually trying to get rid of the registry. And the rodent claims that his rights are being violated by the registry because of the harassment. That's why he needed to win that case against 303 and Bird.
So no matter what, no matter if there was a registry or not, he would still be guilty of aggravated SA.
Criminal aggravated.
Right. So how does he figure just by not having his name on a list? They're probably looking to remove the list because of its redundancy in that sense. So they incorporate it to make it look like they're doing something, when in fact it's just doing the same thing they should already be doing twice to make it look like they've, you know what I mean? How the government's
the registry is protecting their rights in a way, protecting them. So you would think as an RSO, you'd want that in place so people couldn't harass you. If that goes away, the awareness being raised should be outstanding, like just crazy, right?
What's the thought with it being removed? Like who's behind?
I don't know. I don't know that. Yeah, that's just deep research that needs to be done.
Like no matter what, he's still guilty of the crime.
Right. So then that would put it on the public to raise awareness on somebody like that, because you wouldn't be able to look them up. Just like you guys in California or Canada, you don't have a registry. You've got sex offenders that you have no idea that are sex offenders.
Yeah, I don't know if we do or not. I think we like. I mean, we do have a. I thought we had a. Hold on, you got me thinking now. I'm gonna ask.
Well, I know that British Columbia. I know that BC does not have a sex registry.
Yeah, Canada is different in that sense. Let me see. It's certainly not the same setup. You can't go and search it.
Right.
If you go to your sheriff's department, I've noticed. I thought I saw them up there, but I haven't been to a sheriff's department forever. I can't remember. Grok's being slow. I gotta ask Grok today. Yes, Canada has a National Sex Offender Registry, the NSOR, established in 2004 under the Sex Offender Information Registration Act. It's a database managed by the RCMP that tracks individuals convicted of designated S offenses, such as SA, CP, or interference. Offenders are required to register personal details like their name, address, physical description, and vehicle information. They must report annually or update charges or changes within 7 days, unlike Rex does. Mind you, he did get fucked around. Unlike some countries, Canada's registry is not public. Only law enforcement can access it to prevent or investigate sex crimes. Yeah, so it comes down to it's a little bit different because one's public, one isn't. Okay. But so that's kind of deceiving if you ask me, because you can always search somebody's background, like for a job background search, and that would come up. So and the public can search that. So I mean, it's not like it's hidden. I think that's where a lot of confusion, because if it's not open to the public, like what you see, like in the United States, in that sense, where there's public pictures that you can share and all of that, it's just different. You would still do a search on that person and see his criminal background, and that would be a criminal charge, right? So it's like you just assume that he's already on some watch list. So it's just different how it's structured. That's all. Everybody will already know he's a fucking sex offender. I'm glad. Well, how do I know I don't live beside them? They probably are. What's going on, sweet tea? See you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Katie.
Yep. Blame Katie. What's happening?
Uh, the UK. Let me ask the UK. What about the UK?
Yeah, that would be interesting. While you're looking that up, I don't know if you knew this, AB, but a Port Ert farmer found this male stripper in Chilliwack to film What's Truth's, kids from across the street from his apartment. Did you catch any of that? Yeah.
Poor drip farmer.
Port Ert farmer found a male stripper, an old failed male stripper that lived across the street from What's Truth, and they were filming him 24/7.
What?
Yes, and that turned out very badly for the male stripper. See, we thought that he might have been a sex offender, the male stripper. That's how PDF found him. They do, tend to find each other like that, like the Black National Freedom Fighter.
Right. What was his name?
Oh man, Terry McLean, I think.
Terry McLean.
I bet you Cheeky Monkey might know that. Maybe even Vital, he might know that. But yeah, it ended very badly for that male stripper. There were bear charges that went off. The bear firework, since you guys can't have guns and stuff. So it was a big kind of a flashbang. The male stripper is being accused, and we've got the video evidence of actually killing What's Truth's dog with a bowl of chocolate water. That's on film. There was a lot of shittery going on there, a lot of fuckery.
That's crazy. I haven't even heard of that. I haven't even heard.
Yeah, they really tried to keep it under wraps, but all in all, ended up that the police were called so much on this, and I mean there were blowouts in the middle of the street. The stripper was flipping out, running up to his fence, but it ended up now that the male stripper had to move, actually got him to move, so that totally diffused that whole situation. A lot of footage there.
This was between two YouTubers as well, right? Like,
yeah.
This played out over the internet?
Yes. Yeah. Live streaming. Lots of live streaming.
Who was the channels?
What's Truth?
What's Truth?
And what is the male stripper's got a lot of channels actually, and that's the carrot I think PDF dangled, was that if he did this for the good of the cause, that his channels would blow up, and they haven't. And so the male stripper's just triple pissed. I mean, there's footage of him out there, talking to the cops, and the cops are like, "There's not anything we can do now." And yeah.
So, how did PDF involve himself in this? He encouraged the old male stripper to be filming these children across the way.
Right, the family children playing in their little swimming pool, playing out front of the yard,
and then turn around and upload it and what, taught him and mock him and just try to.
Oh yeah. Well, it was supposed to be a 24/7 live stream that was pointed at the house, but it was under the guise that he was filming the mountains behind, the scenery, not the house. But sometimes he would, zoom in on the kids and shit like that. It just wasn't good. It was a really bad situation.
That's not cool at all. So what? It was just like a beef they had online. Like, what was the reason that they were beefing in the first place?
Well, I think the stripper was trying to infiltrate What's Truth because of the trucker rallies, the trucker protests a few years back.
Yeah.
He was trying to go with them. Then all of a sudden he was in with the shit show, and then the shit show passed him over to PDF. They brought him in, on a personal level, and they were watching his 24-hour stream, sometimes in a private capacity. Yeah, pretty weird shit.
What? So that's really weird. So this male stripper, What the fuck is that? That's how people know him.
Yeah, he does like. Oh my God! I mean, some of the TikToks, he thinks he's so serious and everything, but
It's
I
kind
mean,
of
it's
sounds
so
like Buddy
laughable.
East Coast in a way.
It's horrible, dude.
I'm a former male stripper. I used to be hot as fuck.
Well, he does these TikToks where he's, shirtless and he's, rocking out and inline skating and stuff to butt rock, old butt rock, like I want to say Slayer and John Bon Jovi and shit like that. And he thinks he's going to be some TikTok star or something. But that's the carrot they dangle.
Oh, I love it. And people, they were telling them they loved it. They loved the content. Of course, give us some more of that cringe. Oh, shit. I almost have to look this guy up. Hold on.
Yeah, I could probably, if you were to wrench me, I could probably drop one of his TikToks. Might be able to find it on my history. Oh, wait a minute, I think I even got a link in my Discord. But I'll tell you what, and I'm on my stripper and Chilliwack, and we were trying to tell him he should just, if he wanted to, actually find work instead of getting these little shekels from PDF. That stripper actually wanted to work, he should go hit up some of the retirement homes. He was getting to be about that age.
Really, he's that old.
Yeah, he's almost 60.
He was taking all of his advice from like PDF or Dirt Farmer. Oh shit! He's taking all of his. What's his name on the internet?
Well, I'm gonna look for it right now. I know there's a link in my Discord.
I need somebody new to cheer me up. Man, oh man, he's got me already. What's going on, Susan Bezio and SR? Welcome in this morning.
Yeah, I'm in my Discord now. I just gotta find where we put that. Yeah, Mars Life. I just got a link in this Discord from Mars Life calling the sheriff's department yesterday. Oh my God.
So, Sweet Tea, if you're out there listening, the UK has a sex offender register. It's established under the Sex Offenders Act 1997, now governed by the Sex Offences Act 2003. It's managed by the police. It requires individuals convicted or cautioned for specific sexual offenses. Well, you've been cautioned, such as rape, sexual assault, or offenses involving children, to notify authorities of personal details, including their name, address, date of birth, and any aliases. Offenders must report within 3 days of conviction or release to notify changes, travel plans, or new address. Within 3 days, they've also required to confirm their details annually. Registration periods vary. Indefinite for serious offenses. Sentences. So here we go right here. In the UK, registration periods vary. Indefinite for serious offenses. Sentences over 30 months. 10 years for sentences between 6 and 30 months.
I was going to say, too, I didn't get to add in quite clearly there that there might be registries just like there might be a Brady violation list, but the public having access to it, UK and Canada, you might not have access to it. They're going to have them for the police to access, but that's it. Just like the Brady violation list.
Huh? Oh, 7 years for cautions, with shorter terms for juveniles. Like Canada, the UK's register is not public. It's accessible only to law enforcement, probation services, and certain agencies for preventing or investigating crimes. However, under Sarah's law, the Child Sex Offender Disclosure Scheme, parents or guardians can request information about whether someone with access to their child is a registered sex offender. This balances privacy with public safety, but doesn't provide an open access like some US registries.
Yeah, it's kind of ambiguous whether or not you can actually look somebody up. I've got that channel. We can either do it two ways. I can give you the address verbally here if you want to throw me a wrench in your chat for a minute. I can drop you the link.
Yeah,
Up
sure.
to you.
Maybe
here, just let me give it to you verbally and let's see if we can find it. It's at George Rush ST dash Pierre PIERRE
hold on. So at George Rush ST
dash Pierre PIERRE 87 PIERRE.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There he is.
There you go. Failed male stripper action right there, ladies. You're gonna love it.
Fuck it, I'm subscribing to this guy. George Rush St. Pierre. Oh, George,
one of his many channels.
Pierre. Fucking love this dude. Here's his link.
Oh, I'm telling you, that guy is a handful of a mess. You think the rodent's entertaining.
This guy's filming his neighbor's kids to chill.
Yeah. Let me give you more of a setting case. So, failed stripper was across the street in an apartment complex on like the third floor up. So he had a great vantage point. And he set up like even to keep the sun out of his lens, he set up some tarps or some blankets or something on his little stoop. To be able to film, it was just, what an operation, everyone. And he goes around, he had a little unicycle or something, a monocycle or something they call it. He'd ride that around town trying to attract in the kids. Now he cruises around on his inline skates. Now, when he got kicked out of that apartment, he became homeless for a few weeks and was filming children around the hot springs. And was living at the hot springs.
Okay. I'm 59. I chose fitness over drugs, alcohol, smoking, crime. That has paid off. Because I had a bad back from either a car accident or hockey. Nobody knows why. Something that makes my back spasm all the time. It fucks up every single day. I gotta watch every move I make. I see it hang upside down. I survived homelessness with my dog that I had.
So he's got the Vancouver Canucks tattooed right on his heart. He's a true fucking hoser, man.
Yeah. Yeah, the Porter Farmer definitely found one. He could be even on the registry. We're thinking he could be because there was something where he was caught filming. He was working at Walmart. I think it was Walmart. Anyways, he was in the break room and filming maybe upskirt, trying to, film women in the break room. Yeah. Yeah, there was something there.
Oh, he might be a perv.
Well, definitely. Totally the way he bought into Porter Farmer's narrative and was going at what's true.
All of the like pedos, chomos that I know in Canada are all similar to this.
Yeah.
Similar to this sort of persona, especially their love for local sports teams. They'll be attracted to your junior B hockey team or your baseball team or whatever. But to a degree, that's really worrying. Like they're true diehard fans. But that's of course not all of them. I'm not generalizing. I'm just saying I know a lot of Canadian sex offenders like that.
I'm trying to get you this specific one that's supposed to be actually reported. It's a short 80s throwback Magic Man by Heart. Old man rollerblading singing. Let me see if I can get a release.
Oh, look at this dude. Nude old man at park. This 80s throwback.
Yes, I think that's it. April 7th.
80s throwback. I love it.
What a fucking dude.
This dude looks like he's fucking tweaking hard. He looks
Well,
like he's
he claims to be an ex-tweaker, and a lot of I found a lot of these guys. Oh, I'm an ex-tweaker. I don't do it anymore. But they're trying to supplement that in their little neural pathways, supplemented by. Well, we all know that the meth and the CP and the sick shit goes together a lot. So supplementing it with filming children or watching kids, or it's some sick shit, dude.
Hey, brother Cheek. Good morning, Lindy. Good to see you. This
Try
guy
to
cracks me up.
find the one from April 7th. It says 80 throwback.
Okay. Imagine driving by and seeing this guy just filming himself. Make this little video.
Dude. Well, or riding his little unicycle. It was a monorail or something like that. He would ride around Chilliwack, shirtless and shit like that.
I love this dude. What is going on?
Oh yeah, you gotta clown him, dude.
The veins are fucking just pumping out of his biceps. You better stick a needle in that, brother.
Imagine him at your wedding shower, your baby shower there, ladies. The night before you're gonna get married. It'd be cheap. Ask Porter Farmer how cheap he is.
He's 58 years old. He's looking like he's 20.
80s throwback Magic Man by Heart.
Wow.
Ladies, you're gonna love him. Get a hold of Porter Farmer immediately to hire that guy. He needs work. He has weird nipples.
Oh yeah, he's perma-fried.
Yeah. Oh, some of the action footage of him spazzing out is, I mean, chunky internet gold.
This cracks me up. I'll look forward to each one he releases. This is what the internet's about, man.
Well, it's about putting him on blast, too, being able to put him on blast. And, I mean, without trying to be sued for it, it's raising awareness since the state is not really doing that good of a job.
So he's in Chilliwack.
See, there you go. There you go in your chat, AB. That's the narrative with Norsac Maniac. That, I mean, why do you have to try to continue that on? We just showed who his main supporter is. I mean, it's an old troll. You guys suck at it.
Oh shit!
I mean, isn't
At
that
least
amazing?
acknowledge being sucked in by Rex, though. That's okay.
Well, and that's what he's doing. Is he's given the rodent oxygen. That's exactly what the rodent wants to probably bury that flathead case. Facts matter. Well, you don't show facts, Norsac Maniac.
What's going on, Norsac? Oh shit!
Norsac, check this out, AB. Norsac put a video out on me that was trying to say that I was in Discord just getting wrecked or something like that. Yeah. When at that time, I didn't even go to my Discord. I created a Discord to troll Merv. And There was a one-time shot. And AB, I had an entire character lined up for Merv. A totally different person, okay? And it was going to be such a good troll. And those MFers muted me immediately. It was my first time in Discord. and I didn't even go back.
You control him in the voice.
Yeah, I had a whole character that I recorded from somebody else. I mean, it was a really good troll. But after that,
you got him up there and told him with X, like through your voice meter. Shut some
oh man, that'd be hilarious. But no, oh my god. So, anyways, real quick, I didn't go back to my Discord, and I set a timestamp for like 2 or 3 months ago. I started up my own Discord, but I hadn't been there since like 2018 or 19 or something like that. But they made a video saying, "Oh, Cox is getting destroyed in Discord," and I wasn't even there. So you guys don't have facts for some reason.
Very rarely people have facts on the internet. When they do have facts, everybody knows about it.
Right. Yeah.
People have no problem sharing information on the internet, I've noticed.
Well, that's why I appreciated you showing the Flathead case, and because I mean that's what they're trying to do is weaponize a sicko. Why are you guys weaponizing a sicko for him to come around? Because he loves it.
I don't even know. I don't know how much I subscribe to all of that. Like, it's kind of contradictory to put a person on a list and then not keep an eye on them. Like, I guess it's an ever evolving debate. Maybe it shouldn't be an evolving debate. It's a better term for it. There's always an argument on both sides that I can see. I don't know.
It is kind of like a double-edged sword because you want to put them on blast, but this type of a pred, you don't want to give them oxygen.
What do you mean, this type of a pred?
Well, the rodent's a totally different type of pred. He's not your run-of-the-mill.
Talk about that for a second. What do you mean?
Well, I mean, he's criminally aggravated, number one, on his record. But the way he's using the internet, he's not your run-of-the-mill pred that pred catchers are catching off of,
right. He's actually that's what I mean. It's very different. Like,
well, I mean, if you're gonna be a pred, you might as well grift. In his book, see the run-of-the-mill that the pred catchers are the run-of-the-mill that the pred catchers are catching are just trying to meet up when he's trying to find young girls to do his promotion so he's got eye candy, or a young boy. I don't know. But it's a different type of a grift, but a
he
pred
tries
runner.
to pull them into his fictional. He needs good faces to constantly prop up his nonsensical, like non-existent networks. And even though that there's letters to the network, there's words in a shitty website that never works, that's never updated. It doesn't actually mean that it does anything. It's a fraudulent company.
Right, to lure people in.
Well, it's the chicken or the egg there in my head now, because what came first? Like, he's always been doing that and doing it the same way. He's been doing it for so long that he doesn't have anything else. He wants to have all these networks. It's not an actual network. You don't make any money. You don't have any real ad content, but he interacts and he demands. And he's constantly in this back and forth, this verbal judo over trying to pry your mind into believing that there's a network that doesn't actually really exist. It's the most fucked up thing.
All I do is... Sorry, go ahead.
You can't even talk to him about it in a rational way, because he's just too on and convinced the needing. Maybe that's just the camera.
Well, it just goes back to me when I asked him what he would do to catch preds, and he couldn't answer. I was like, this dumb motherfucker. Now here's the thing is, at that point I had the choice: get the fuck out or go all the way in on him. And chose to go in on him, because in 2017, I even put on my first channel, we're going to start filming dirty cops and catching preds on this channel.
That's a dangerous game, catching predators.
Well, I mean, they're not doing much about it, and it takes the oversight, because the police departments don't have all the funding and the capacity to do what a civilian can do.
Yeah, in a way that's effective. You can't justify having 3 cops there doing it all the time. Well, I can see both sides of it. I just say it's dangerous because it seems that all the people in power are getting away with this sort of thing, and snuffing people out at will who speak out against it.
You know what, North Sac Maniac, I didn't call the victim all kinds of vile names. That was the rodent. Why are you letting the rodent off of that? I mean, it's been played here of him calling the victim a whore. When I'm talking about it, and what I said about her was not to be defamatory. I'm telling the story. Why don't you bring up that victim was killed and it was nefarious around the time she could have testified? Why don't you talk about that? See, why are you giving the rodent what he wants?
What does the rodent want in this circumstance?
He wants to be called the P word so he can sue, and I've been saying that for years. Then get himself off the registry. I mean, dude, when you trolled him to look up how he can get himself off the registry was brilliant on Chat GPT. That was a brilliant move on AB's part.
Why? What did that lead him to do? He didn't actually do it.
No, he didn't, but it made him give up his game plan on how he could do it.
David and Bird told me, essentially got me looking in that direction. It wasn't something I pointed out, because I noticed a few things. Like, well, he does give himself away a little bit, and it really tests your own values and judgments in that section. I don't pretend to be knowledgeable in the law in the state of Colorado, but there has to be a way. And I'm not saying he's innocent, but there has to be exceptions. There's exceptions to every rule. I mean, if he can make his situation look like another person's situation in the context of case law, then in theory he should be able to get himself off. Now, whether or not you can never, it seems you can never tell which way the judge is going to go in these situations, and it really puts a bad taste in people's mouth. Like, it doesn't. Why doesn't he just go for the charges and want to set the record straight if the record that's there already is somehow misrepresenting what happened in that scenario, to fast track and end him up on these particular trumped up charges, but he waived all of his rights away.
Here's where it sits with me is that AV, I don't know if you know this, but I won an international broadcasting award, and I wanted to become somebody in Hollywood, when I was younger, possibly, right? And I just figured it all out. I'm like, I don't want to do that. And all this shit's dirty. TV's dirty. FM radio's dirty, right? So when I came across the Rodent's case and him infiltrating the broadcasting industry, and the reason why I say that is I don't think there should be sex offenders broadcasting and on FM radio. So that's why I was like, this is a really interesting case, especially with the aspect of police corruption.
Well, thank God he's not on FM radio.
Oh, now, North Sac, I like Preds? Really? I like Preds? No, I don't. What the fuck are you trying to peddle in AB's chat? What the fuck are you?
He's just trolling you in chat. That's all.
No, he's been a bitch like that for years.
I don't even know what he's talking about in that sense.
Well, I mean, it's pretty plain and simple. No, Gomez doesn't like Preds, okay? I've been wanting to see him go down. I hope that Trump actually lets somebody like a Pred catcher, as soon as they meet up with a 13-year-old, just do everybody a favor and put a bullet in him. Trump is trying to, well, he said that he's going to advocate for the death penalty on crimes against children and women. And
The
since,
only thing that I mean, sorry,
what was that?
Go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
Well, I mean, since, there's going to be like a diplomat that's going to meet up with a 13-year-old and they're going to live stream it anyways across the internet, for that Pred catcher just to be able to put a bullet in him right there on the catch, I would advocate for something like that. I hope you would too, Norsac Maniac, instead of going around telling lies about me. Why don't you advocate for something like that?
Yeah, it is, Jen. It's up to Rex getting himself off. You don't think it'll happen?
Well, see, the thing is, he's going to attempt it, and he's already succeeded against 303 and Bird. So, I mean, if that isn't alarming enough.
Well, it depends on what you're. It depends what you consider succeeded. Like, I mean, anybody can get a protection order.
Thus far. But see, the thing is,
not really.
Well, no, he got a ruling, AB. He got a ruling, AB. Now let me go through it. He already lost against 303 when PDF was backing him on that because of the ASMAR shit, right? He lost that. But to be able to reuse that case work or docket in another new case and then win that, that should be alarming.
I wish I knew more about that, about those particular cases. I'd be able to comment on it a little bit more. What do you know that I don't?
Dude, AV, okay? 303 finally took the stand, was able to speak on his own behalf, and he talked about raising awareness about a pedophile in their community. And the rodent objects and says he's not a pedophile. The judge overruled that. That's important. That's an important key right there to set that precedent in Colorado. Then that case was dropped. The judge dropped that. For him to attempt it again, just because the awareness is being raised on a sicko in a neighborhood where it could have been close to a college at the honey stand, or his other prior address to that, being close to the college, that was his excuse to be able to go to the college because there was a bus stop there and ride the bus and bring donuts.
It's an ongoing back and forth scenario that Rex wants to paint to look like a victim in. It's very difficult to look like a victim when you're the single most. You're the you're the person antagonizing most of the back and forth yourself. It's far beyond just harassing Rex. I don't know of any harassment of Rex. He wants it to look a certain way, but it's very difficult when he's got all of this content talking about Rex. That's just my opinion, not necessarily what the judge is going to think, but the judge doesn't get any of it or necessarily watch most of it. I don't know if it's going to be a win or not. Like, what would be considered a win for Rex?
Well, if he was able to win on the appeal. So obviously the defendants in this case are going to appeal. And if he wins that appeal, it will set things in motion to where he can help other people that are on the registry get off. And this is his game plan. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, this is what I've been looking into, is because what he'll tell another registered offender he'll tell them, find your target, harass them until they harass you back, then become the victim, get the restraining order, then you use it in civil to be able to sue them, thus further setting precedence on why Colorado needs to get rid of the registry.
No,
That's a whole game plan.
I think you're right.
Well, I mean, that's what we've been looking into for a while. That's why I said when you were trolling them to do the chat GPT was brilliant, dude. I mean, whether you knew what you were doing there or not, you were doing the right thing. And not too many people are willing to take it that far to get someone like the rodent to be able to reveal his, like when he put the airsoft weapons on camera the night he won against 303 and Bird, right?
So,
Get drunk, you're pressed in
in vain in this. So he's been on there for the last however many years. He can file a motion. If he gets off it, fine. But I mean, what's that going to change in his life in that sense? It's a psychological.
What, you mean to get off the registry?
Right.
Well, to be able to sue everybody that called him the P word.
No, because
yes. You already tried to do it to Flathead. You just showed the case. That's number one.
Well, first of all,
303, number two.
I wouldn't even consider. I know other people call him that, the P word, but there's better terms for Rex. Like, he is a chomo. Now, whether he fits the actual qualifies him to be a pedo, I don't know. But people will call him that regardless.
Well, the state of Colorado, actually, Fort Collins, whether it's county or city, says otherwise. Because of the way he objected. He objected to 303 calling him the P word, and then the judge overrules that objection.
I don't know if that's fact though. That's you telling me that. I trust
you.
No,
that's fact.
Dude,
I'm telling you about court case record that's there.
Oh, okay. It's in the record. All right. How are you interpreting it like that though? Why do you interpret it that way? She overruled. That's what happened. Explain the objection again.
303's on the stand saying he's bringing awareness to a pedophile in his community.
He should have used different terms. He should have used a different term, because you can describe Rex always as a danger, a potential danger, because he's a registered sex offender.
Well, he did. Okay, I'm telling you what he did. Is he said that the rodent objects, says he's not a pedophile, and the judge overrules Rex's objection. That puts that in case record to be able to use.
That's your point. You should have used a different term, though.
Judge thought otherwise. He allowed it in the record. So what I'm trying to tell people is, if he's out to sue you, like Cheeky Monkey's been, threatened to sue, and he's gonna say, "Oh, he called me the P word and I'm not." Well, there's your case crushing clip right there. That's what I call them. You need your case crushing clips on hand, okay?
I'm going to ask Barack what the legal definition is of a pedophile.
Man, how many times do you guys look that up? Like, somebody was looking it up earlier.
Well,
looked up every day.
I can't be wrong in my mind. It's not like something I think about every day.
Right.
But I mean, a lot of the problem is just lumping him in. Like, there's different degrees of what it is. I mean, there's an aggravating factor because of different reasons with Rex, and it had to do with the grooming. And he waited till this girl's 16th birthday. Now, Rex's argument in defense of himself is one, and there's a few talking points. One of them is, and this is true, technically, in many different societies in Western culture, that even like 16, 15, and 16 is acceptable in that sense. And I acknowledge his historical um, understanding of post-pubescent girls in that sense. Traditionally, like there's a big difference between what Rex was after and really sick motherfuckers out there. So I'm not saying and not okaying it. Like technically, there was aggravating. It was against the law, and he was cruising for young girls in that sense when he was 37 years old. Like that's creepy as fuck. I'm not, but is that a pedophile? That's not the first fucking thing that comes to my mind. But what does the law say? In Colorado, there's no specific legal definition of a pedophile as a standalone term in the state's criminal statutes. Instead, Colorado law focuses on specific criminal acts involving sexual offenses against children, which are defined and penalized under various sanctions of the Colorado Revised Statutes. The term pedo is more commonly a psychological or clinical term referring to an individual with persistent sexual attraction to prepubescent children. But in the legal context, Colorado addresses behaviors and crimes rather than labeling individuals based on psychological conditions. So
I think based upon his son's testimony, that would apply.
based on Sean's testimony,
Yes.
see, I just thought in my head that doesn't apply to Rex. Okay, so tell me, what is it? What do you remember from Sean's testimony that
I much rather have you go through it and give your opinion, because he's going to try to use that against me in court. That's why I don't. No. That's why I directly don't call him the P word. I just say he's the RSO lifetime rodent.
right. But I don't know. I mean, in court, can you? I guess you can. I mean, there's a question, but I mean, the law might see different. I have to hear Rex's argument. So it goes on to say relevant legal framework essay on a child by one. Okay, that's exploitation. Okay, why it's not legally defined?
That's why here, AB. That's why I'm glad that you're continuing on and putting him on blast. You're in Canada. You're going to be harder to access in a court case. He thinks otherwise. And that's why I appreciate that you're storing all this information on a, let's just say, out of the country server.
He's up to something. I believe that he's always up to something.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's instead of fighting police corruption, he's trying to figure out now ways to sue and get restraining orders against people.
Dual use. He's got dual use. He's multitasking.
Right. Yeah, he's usually, you can see him maybe trying to troll for young girls around a bus stop around the college there with a box of donuts that he got on the half off back rack, day old donut rack back of the store.
The day olds. Oh shit.
Yeah, he's also got a lot of top salad for sale, I get. You can buy some top salad that gets thrown out.
So what Rex gets off of, what you're really looking for is to have your record expunged in that sense.
Yep.
He wants his record expunged. How the fuck could you possibly expunge that? I mean, you should have a lot of money on, like a lot of dry powder on the side for your legal fund.
What you're actually doing is you're helping him out a little bit, because you give him good ideas to put into Chat GPT so he can start yelling at it.
part of me, there'll always be a part of me that questions the status quo, and that goes for charges as well. I don't want to associate that with him being innocent of this. But what is the benefit to Rex's life? So so far, it's so he can go back against people who call him a chomo. People are always going to call him that, and they'll have a right to, just because he has that expunged from his record. It doesn't make it any less like he's still committed the crime. He just had that expunged from his record. There'll be a big asterisk beside it, but it's never going to go away. He might not have his picture up there anymore, but people are going to, he's not going to go work. It's not going to make his lies any more believable.
Well, to be able to be on like FM radio and not have people either call into his show, right? I think that's what he's trying to avoid. So he can have a call-in show on FM radio.
He's never going to do that.
Probably
He's had
not.
every opportunity in the last 10 years to do something in that circumstance. And he can only manage to convince Tommy. He doesn't have anything going on. There's nothing going on Home Network TV, Streamlife.tube, WDRN. There never has been and never will be.
Well, here's what I'm looking into.
Yell at everybody in his live chat that he's live.
Right, but here's what I'm looking into is to not have registered offenders on FM radio, on YouTube. They're not allowed on Facebook. Why do they want them there? So, for instance, my Detective Gomez channel was porn bombed and taken down by Tonic, and didn't get it back.
You have to take all of that up with George Soros, by the way. You know that.
Right. Well, here's the thing: is that when the Rodent was playing Fortnite with children and streaming that, he was porn bombed. His channel goes down, but he got it back. So there's this precedent that's been given to registered offenders, either being protected or weaponized, and I've looked into that. And you got to look into the writings of Trevor Aronson to get into why the FBI and DHS and so forth are using registered offenders to help curtail movements and so forth. So, for example, you've heard of Patriot Prayer that's been associated with the Proud Boys out of Portland, Oregon. Possibly you might have heard about them, but Patriot Prayer was a patriot group. They would square up against Antifa in Portland. But anyways, to help make them look bad, a registered offender cop watcher, you might have heard of this guy, Robert West. Quite the provocateur in Portland, cop watcher, registered offender, is in a group picture with Patriot Prayer. Somebody on the internet gets a hold of that picture and goes, "Look, Patriot Prayer, they're Chomo supporters."
Isn't all that shit a bit of a setup, though?
Absolutely, but the same thing's going to happen, just like the Rodent trying to go and cop watch with 303 and Bird was for somebody to pop up and go, Bird and 303 are pedo supporters, right? Go ahead.
Why do we want to restrict Rex's rights for?
Well, I mean, I think if you're on the registry for lifetime, criminally aggravated, you shouldn't be allowed to provocateer or possibly protest in public or be on FM radio, on the internet. I mean,
yeah, but doesn't that go against constitutional rights to a degree?
Well, I mean, you in a sense shouldn't you be losing rights when you're on the registry?
Well, shouldn't the yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, it would be hard to hide all of that, though. Like, the fact that there's a registry and they know who it is.
How does Facebook do it? How does Facebook keep registered offenders off of their platform? Same.
They've got all your information already.
Right, and so does Google.
Yeah, that's a good point. Fuck, I guess.
They shouldn't be in the public eye trying to influence, especially with a Fizzy Cat little grooming account.
Fizzy Cat. I wonder what he uses that Fizzy Cat account for.
Probably to get into younger chat rooms and fit in.
Trying to sell some things to kids.
Yep. Yeah. You look at the description box on that post that I did.
Maybe you could work for me. Maybe you could do something, because he's all about the misrepresentation. Like he's no different than any other scammer in any other genre, whether it be crypto. He's misrepresenting himself. He's wanting you to believe in something that doesn't exist for you to part with your money. And he's also got this added thing, where he tries to get you to work for his network in that sense. And it's a scam network.
You got to go back. His main objective was to act out in real life what happened in the movie The Sting. Paul Newman, I want to say Brad Pitt might have been in that, but I mean it's a movie I think from the 90s or maybe the mid 80s, but that's what he bases his long con off of. It's about the double, triple reversed scam. Sleight of hand. He thinks he's slick, but he's just not. Just like Terry that you got up on the board there, the male stripper. They think they're real slick, but they're not.
He is hardcore, Terry.
Oh, dude.
George. So you're saying, hold on, I'm explaining the scam and the sting. I think I've heard this before from Rex.
There you go.
Brock is slow today.
Yeah, I mean, the Soros crew, they still have to tell you what they're doing.
But you would think that they wouldn't be hiring RSOs, like people on the sex offender registry. And you could
that's where you go to the writings of Trevor Aronson. He lays it out how they were using sex offenders, murderers, rapists to track and flag extremists. So they're actually sending fucking weirder sickos to monitor activists. It's some sick shit. But I'm hoping that some of that funding has gone away or about to go away because, well, I mean, if the FBI actually really got flipped over on itself, flipped like a pancake, right? Well, then the Department of Homeland Security should be next, and that's where some of the funding has gone into to track and monitor. Huh?
So do you trust these agencies? I trust them.
No, absolutely not. I mean, the Department of Homeland Security being given 20 or 30 million for online policing, who do you think they're going to use as those online police? People that have taken plea deals, sex offenders, murderers, rapists.
Oh, shit. I never thought of that.
Well, I mean, you got to look up the writings of Trevor Aronson. He wrote for The Intercept and Mother Jones Magazine.
Fucking Intercept. That's a CIA op, man, isn't it?
It's some pretty interesting shit, I'll tell you that much. But right? Yeah, but he's also done his own independent. Like, for instance, he found that there was a snitch that they were using in Denver that was driving around in a hearse filled with weapons, and he would try to find BLM and Antifa types to help set them up to do like hits on the DA and the Attorney General and so forth. And it didn't work out too well. But they're using a sex offender as a confidential informant. And a provocateur. There you again, and a provocateur. So he goes around, he's trying to say, I'm some type of paid informant. That's the rodent tries to say and peddle. And I can at least say I've got no contracts. I don't work for anybody. I'm retired, haven't wanted to work for anybody. And that's it. He can't say that.
So the scam is a big con in the sting, orchestrated by con artists Gundorf and Hooker to avenge the murder of their friend Luther. Killed by Lonigan's men after a smaller grip, they target Lonigan, a wealthy and ruthless banker, by exploiting his greed and love for gambling. The plan involves convincing him he can cheat a betting system, leading to a massive wager that they rig to ensure he loses everything. Paul Newman. That sounds like a good movie, actually.
Yeah, it's a pretty good movie. And I mean, it shows you the triple reverse sleight of hand, springboard, double twist, flip on how to long con somebody out of their money.
Parlor tricks in that sense, mechanics of deception.
Yeah. I mean, you played the clip of him saying he's, an actor for hire and a good con man.
Yeah, but he's not. He's not.
Right, but I mean, it's the attempt that it's some internet gold to follow.
It is funny. It is funny to watch somebody who thinks that they're so fantastic at something. He's like watching a Wile E. Coyote, but I mean, he is something else.
The sex offender Wile E. Coyote. Oh my God! Somebody get on it immediately.
That's too
much. Right.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I've been here too long.
Let's get the fuck out of here. I'm getting off. I'm going to do something. I appreciate you stopping by. If I'm going to go I'm going to go watch something that you recommended. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Shit. Anyway, right, friends, we'll be back a little bit later on. Yeah,
peace out.
Come
I'm
back.
out.
Thanks for dropping in. Let me see. Rex is a legend in his own mind. Yeah. I don't know. Hey, Susie, you have a good day. I got to get the hell out of here. Hopefully my